What's goody, what's goody, what's goody? You know this is your boy Andy Appleseed. Andy Appleseed TV is the name of the channel. Make sure you like, share your boy with a comment. If you do hit that subscribe button one time. We got the latest and greatest hip-hop news in these YouTube streets. Let's get it in. Let's go.
Back in these YouTube streets like I never left it. If you're new to the channel, hit that like, hit that sub, hype this video up. Let's jump straight into this live reaction by Charleston White. Social media went crazy after that verdict was handed down guilty in the Carmelo Anthony trial. This story surrounded a young man who actually defended himself, but unfortunately he used a weapon to do it. This kid pulled out a knife and someone's life was lost. But a lot of people on social media had mixed emotions due to the fact that they all saw images of this same kid getting bullied by that same kid that he stabbed. Protests broke out right outside of the court as soon as that verdict was handed down. If you missed it, let's jump straight into this rant by Charleston White. Hit that like, hit that sub. This one was deep.
Yeah, I'm putting up the 75,000 for the kids' appeal. So yeah.
Yeah, I was just watching a video on that when you called.
Yeah, I'm putting it. They need 150, but I'm putting up 75. But I'm trying to raise $1 million.
Send me the links when you got it.
I will. So I'm finna set up an interview with with the dad. And say Cheese TV at a black church with a black pastor who I'm trust, and this will be the mom and dad first time talking. Let me just say this: black people hurt this family. Black people showed up in the beginning when this kid first committed the crime. It was 2 or 3 weeks had passed before black people found out, because black people didn't care when they thought it was just 2 kids who had committed a murder. They was worried about the rapper and his baby being killed, so they ignored Karmelo and Metcalf. I made a post when it happened and said, hey, a black kid killed a white boy. I guess y'all don't care about that. It wasn't about race until black people got involved. White, and I don't say this to defend white people. I'm not speaking on how I feel, because I feel it, and there's nobody else's feeling, so I feel it. But man, black people hurt this kid more than they will ever know. Because soon as they got the information that this had happened, they showed up playing the race card. When I looked on the first press conference and I seen the family with Dominique Alexander, the Benjamin Crumps, all them niggas starting to talk now. They quit talking when they couldn't get their GoFundMe money at first.
Yep.
Black people gave almost $700,000 to this family and played race. So guess what they did? They froze the money.
They always freeze the money. That's why I don't like them GoFundMes.
They froze the money, and they only made it possible for the lawyers to get it. So guess who showed up? Black community activists with their civil rights lawyers on a murder case.
Right.
They had. This family needed criminal attorneys. They showed up with civil rights leaders and civil rights lawyers. Why? They planned for the big payday. So the white folk froze the money. Guess what these did? They went and got 2 white boy lawyers to help them get the money. And then the white boy lawyers kept the money. The family never got the money.
Tale as old as time.
The family never got to touch the money.
That's like if you facing a murder charge, you don't go get a random attorney. You get the baddest that deals with capital murder cases, right?
I didn't even tell you. I hired the dad and my road manager last year. Because they
you did. I remember.
Yeah, I did tell you. I was just getting him money, man. So man, I was just getting him money. But he couldn't be on the road with me because they was threatening his family. So he had to go back home and protect his family. I was like, he ain't gonna know what to do. And you was like, I want to make sure he eats. So we rolled with it. I think he came out to like maybe 1 or 2 dates. Yeah. But yeah, you're right. He couldn't do it because he had to get back home. Oh.
I knew you were hurt yesterday. I heard it in your voice. And I like to think I know you very well. And I've never heard you speechless. So yesterday, talking to me, you were speechless. And you just couldn't find the words, so I knew you were hurt. They'll say that black bitch shouldn't have dressed like that.
I looked at kids.
Everybody.
When I saw all jewelry, I called that kid's dad and I said, "You can't make me believe them white people gonna be cold. You can't make me believe 12 white people hearts is all cold."
That's what it was for me. When I seen that there wasn't a black person on jury, I knew then what we would already be going through.
I didn't believe those white people would do that. Why? Because I believe God touches white people. I believe God touches white people's hearts. I thought white people had a connection with God, and some school teacher on the jury would know that this kid's past cannot even line up to what we see. But what I know white people did, they wouldn't let the element of fear come into the trial. Why? They wouldn't let no children talk about how menacing Austin and Hunter was. These two children, they were white boys like Akeem Vaughn at the schools. They was notorious bullies. That's why the kid never stood up to him. They was afraid of him. He stayed sitting down, a sign of submission and a sign of being subservient. He never stood up to the white man. He stayed sitting down in fear. See, them white boys had got suspended a week earlier. That's why the reports say Carmelo got suspended and he wasn't supposed to be under the tent. Carmelo's mom produced a picture in trial when Carmelo was up under the same tent with the same students just a week prior. You know why Austin and Metcalf wasn't in the picture? Because they were suspended. They were the ones suspended. So when they showed up, they saw a kid that they hadn't seen up under the tent. And they went to bullying. This wasn't about racism.
It was like fresh blood to them.
Man, he's a new black kid, for one. He's quiet, he stand out, and he's with another mixed black kid. A mulatto. They made the mulatto boy change his statement. So, man, I'm putting up $75,000, man. God has spoken. And you cannot make me believe that as many gray-haired white women on that jewelry that's dealing with guilt about going to heaven is not going to have no compassion about a kid that's been straight A from the time he's ever read a book in school, has no history of violence, has saved children's lives by risking his own life by jumping in to save somebody from drowning. This kid has no violence. Austin, on the other hand, is a violent brute with some sexual allegations hanging on his ass. That's why, man, they coerce them kids. But one thing about kids can't lie to professionals under pressure. When you was told, when you gave a statement in the beginning, you can't come back and amend it later and say, well, I meant. No, what you said that night is law. Back up right up. All them people talking about what they gonna do, they ain't gonna do. They ain't gonna do. When Makai Johnson and Galvin Long killed them police officers, you didn't do a goddamn thing. Not no guilty. Yeah. We already got the money set aside for appeals bond. Why? All jury, the judge and the DA are buddies, along with the dad, best friends. That's been our trump card. We've been holding. We already knew that, but we wanted everything to play out how they had it. Told you so. I told y'all last year the boys had dope in their system. I told y'all it wasn't a knife. It was a compass tool. It wasn't even long enough to get it. It wasn't even long enough to pierce his heart. Yeah. I don't give a damn how it go. Automatic win on appeal. All white jewelry. Everybody 50 plus older. You mean to tell me they can't find nobody that's a jury of his peers? A jury of his peers. I cannot believe Collin County dropped the ball like this here. I cannot believe as Collin County has been since they have existed. But you know what's happening now? They done let them kids that went to elementary school bring that out. Austin Metcalf and his brother had been suspended the week before. That's why they didn't know Carmelo was under the tent. It wasn't Carmelo who had been suspended. It was Hunter and the Metcalf brothers who had been suspended. Why? They left track practice, according to the coach, and went fishing. So the coach lied and said, well, I technically didn't suspend them. I just gave them. Well, they're saying that Austin was given permission to run the tent. No, he wasn't. The coach just told him, step up and be a leader. He didn't run the tent. Those are lies that's being told, so y'all follow me. So the Metcalf brothers didn't recognize who was, but they knew. They knew. They were suspended last week. The kid who says, oh, I didn't know Carmelo, have text messages to prove that, guess what? He used to call Carmelo, hey, come pick me up, sir. Let's go play basketball together. Carmelo and this kid got multiple pictures, at least 9 different pictures that were presented to the jury to prove that the state's witness lied about not knowing Carmelo. Then Carmelo's mother took a picture that blew their mind. So how can a kid with epilepsy, and by the way, he never brought a knife to school. It was a tool. What kind of tool? A Boy Scouts tool. And it wasn't 6 inches, it wasn't 4 inches. It's a little small tool, compact tool. What kind of tool they call it, Mel?
A multi-tool.
A multi-tool that the Boy Scout uses.
You got screwdrivers and everything on it.
Wasn't a knife. It wasn't a knife. But since you guys can't go to the trial, you can't be in the trial, you're not talking to nobody that's reliable in the trial, y'all don't know what they're talking about. So let me just break this all the way down. A black man has a gun, he gets killed. I thought we get to have guns. A black man says, put your hands on me and watch what I do. That's a threat. Well, according to all the witness statements, in the beginning and now, that during the whole altercation, Carmelo Anthony never stood up. He never stood up. As a matter of fact, the Metcalf brother had to come 3 rows up to come confront him. Carmelo never got up. Carmelo never said, touch me and see what happens. That's what the initial report says. He never stated that. So this is what they've coached the kids up. They brought in the lies. Why? Because all the coaches went to the high school. But one thing you cannot deny. You cannot deny initial police statements. Carmelo has no violence in his background. He's never been suspended for bringing a knife to school. He's never been in trouble ever before. But the Metcalf brothers have. By the way, there's been medical records to prove that Carmelo Anthony has epilepsy. Epilepsy. There's been multiple witnesses on the prosecution side who have came and stated that the Metcalf brothers came and approached him. Carmelo never stood up until he And guess, by the way, the defense never said self-defense. Carmelo Anthony and his defense team never went to the police and said, oh, this is going to be self-defense. They never said that. And that's from the initial reports. All this other is made up. You know who said self-defense? People. We said not guilty from the start. You need self-defense when you're guilty.
I want to thank you very much for watching. It's your boy Andy Appleseed. Andy Appleseed TV is the name of the channel. If you're new here, hit that subscribe, drop me a comment. Catch me in the next video. Peace.